tonight. Let's talk about something even quieter than tea. Rice, not sushi, not onigiri, not fried rice, just rice. A simple bowl of white rice. To many visitors, it looks plain, soft, white, unseasoned, maybe even boring. But in Japan, rice is not a side dish. It is the center of gravity, and it has been for more than 2,000 years. Before rice arrived, Japan was a land of hunters and gatherers. The Jomon people lived from the forest and the sea. Nuts, fish, wild plants. Life moved with nature, but it was unpredictable. Then, sometime around 300 BCE, wet field rice farming arrived from the continent during the Yayoi period, and everything changed. Rice requires planning. It requires irrigation channels, flooded paddies, shared labor, careful timing. You cannot grow wet rice alone. And so villages formed, communities synchronized. Society began to organize around planting and harvest. Rice did not just feed Japan, it structured Japan. For centuries, wealth in Japan was not measured in coins. It was measured in rice. The unit was called koku, the amount of rice needed to feed one person for a year. Samurai were paid in rice. Feudal lords were ranked by rice production. Castles were built to protect rice storehouses. Political stability depended on harvests. A good harvest meant peace. A failed harvest meant unrest. Rice was economy. Rice was taxation. Rice was authority. Even today, when you see an old Japanese castle, you are looking at a monument to rice. Here is something many foreigners find curious. In many parts of the world, rice is mixed. Spiced, fried, cooked in broth, colored with saffron or turmeric. Rice becomes a vehicle for flavor. In Japan, rice is often served alone. Plain white rice. Why? Because Japanese short-grain rice is designed to stand on its own. It is slightly sticky, moist, subtly sweet, balanced. It is cultivated not as background, but as presence. When you eat white rice with grilled fish, it absorbs salt gently. With miso soup, it balances umami. With pickles, it resets the palate. White rice is neutral, but never empty. It is quiet strength. In Japanese, the word Gohan means both rice and meal. If someone asks, "Did you eat?" they literally ask, "Did you have rice?" Rice is not one dish among many. It is the definition of eating itself. Breakfast rice, lunch rice. Dinner rice, to remove rice from a meal, is to remove its anchor. In Shinto belief, rice is sacred. It is offered to the gods. It represents life force. New rice from the harvest is presented in ceremonies. Sake, brewed from rice, is used in purification rituals. Even the emperor historically performed rice planting ceremonies. Rice connects heaven and earth. It is agriculture, but also gratitude. In much of the world, rice competes. Bread dominates Europe. Potatoes shaped parts of the Americas. Noodles rule in other parts of Asia. Rice can be replaced. In Japan, historically, it could not. After World War II, during food shortages, the loss of rice was not only hunger, it was identity shock. The introduction of bread into school lunches was controversial. It felt foreign. Even today, though Japan consumes more bread than ever, many people quietly say, a meal doesn't feel complete without rice. It is not about taste alone. It is about psychological fullness. Rice farming is patience. Fields are flooded in spring. Seedlings are transplanted by hand or machine. Summer brings humidity and careful water management. Autumn brings harvest, then winter rests. The rhythm repeats. For centuries, Japanese rural life revolved around this cycle. Festivals aligned with planting, prayers aligned with rain. Rice fields shaped the countryside, those reflective paddies you see when traveling by train. They are not just scenic, they are time made visible. There is something profound about eating plain white rice. It demands attention. You notice texture, moisture, temperature. Freshly cooked rice glistens. Steam rises gently. The grains cling together, but remain distinct. It is minimalism on a plate. In a world obsessed with intensity, rice teaches subtlety. It does not overwhelm. It sustains. Today, Japan imports food. Urban life moves fast. Convenience stores sell sandwiches and pasta. Yet rice remains. Convenience store rice balls, lunchbox rice compartments, family dinners centered around rice cookers, quietly humming. Even technology respects rice. The Japanese rice cooker is engineered with precision. Water ratios measured carefully. Steam timing calculated. Because rice deserves accuracy. For over 2,000 years, someone in Japan has planted rice in spring. Someone is worried about rain in summer. Someone has harvested in autumn. And someone has held a bowl of white rice in winter. The bowl in your hand today connects you to that chain, to farmers, to samurai, to merchants, to families who survived famine and war. Rice is continuity. It is civilization in edible form. Next time you visit Japan and you see a bowl of plain white rice, pause. Do not rush to the main dish. Hold the bowl. Feel the warmth. Understand that this simplicity built villages, funded armies, fed generations, and shaped identity. It is not dramatic. It does not shout. But without rice, there would be no Japan as we know it. Sleep well. And maybe tomorrow, eat your rice a little more slowly.